What's going on, you guys? So it's the end of the weekend. We got a lot of stuff done on the car, and don't think we actually spent any money this week. So for starters, in the back of the car, we did the battery relocation kit. We got that all situated, and got our grounds, powers, all that stuff routed, box mounted. That's good to go. Electrical system is pretty much done. Inside the car, we put 4-inch speakers in the corners, and then down here we have a 5.5-inch little kicker sub deal. It's not very loud, but it works. The handbrake and everything is all plumbed in, so that's good to go. Definitely still need to bleed it though. There's still air in the system, so it's not finished yet, but it's all the lines are routed and everything, and one less thing we have to worry about and do later. I went ahead and double-sided this down while I was at it too, just so it's not flopping around anymore. Radio's fixed and all wired in. Put the glove box and all that back on, so right now all that's just mounted up in there. Easy to get to, but fit all the panels back on and everything. While I was doing the stereo, I also installed speakers in the rear here. The factory ones were super blown out, so they did not sound good at all. Sounds great now though, that all that's changed out. Up here in the engine bay, we went ahead and routed all of our heater core hoses to go to the heater core. That way we have heat in the vehicle. Because this is Michigan and I do plan on driving this car in the winter, I'll just put snow tires on it. Supras these cars are a lot of fun to drive in the winter, so I'm gonna need heat. And while I was at it, I went ahead and wired the GM map sensor into the car. Finished some wiring over here. It's not totally done, but it's kind of buttoned up. But that's for the gauge signals and all that stuff, so the gauges actually work now and read properly. Went ahead and just threw some clamps and caps on things. We changed out the injectors in the car, so now we have 2 JZ Aristo injectors in there. Those are 440cc injectors. We don't plan on running crazy boost out of this thing to start with, so but those injectors should be good for making a little bit more power than the factory twins and factory 370 injectors or whatever comes with it. I got one charge pipe finished, so that's cut out down there. That was all rotted anyways, but I chopped all that out. Got one of the charge pipes routed down into the intercooler. If you can see it, yeah, there you go. So that's routed down into the intercooler. I haven't gotten around to doing the other side yet because I don't have the turbo on the car yet. And this is the turbo that's going on the car, the GTW 3684 Garrett journal bearing turbo. It's a great turbo, perfect size for this engine, but the hot side is on back order, so I'm not sure when the turbo is going to be going on it. I'm honestly thinking that maybe to get it first fired up and drive it around a little bit, I'm thinking about throwing the GTX 4294R on it just to drive it. Low boost, gate pressure, 10 psi, and then once the hot side comes in for that, we'll crank the boost up and get it tuned in and make it run real good. Speaking of boost things, I made a simple little dump tube there for the wastegate. And then lastly, I started wiring the fans, the electric fans in, but I don't have any high amp relays right now, so this is all just going to sit here until I get a relay ordered up that can handle the amperage from those fans. I also got the throttle body cut down to length so that the intercooler charge piping fits now. Down here you can kind of see how I teed into the brake line system. So see if I can get a better angle in here. So this is the factory line that goes to the rear brakes. Basically just put a coupler, 2 fittings on. This line goes to the handbrake. And then this line, I took the factory fitting off of this line, flared it onto this one, Threaded it right back in there. Simple as that to run a quick little easy inline setup. So as for where we are on budget right now, last week I think we were at like $2,300. I spent $50 on speakers and a slave cylinder for the car. Actually, I think it was like 48 bucks. We'll just round it to 50. So yeah, we're still only at about $23.50 right now. So I'm picking up the bell housing tomorrow, and then we'll be just north of 2,400. But that's all we got done this weekend. Shouldn't say that's all we got done. We did get a decent amount of stuff done on the car. Picking up the bell housing tomorrow. We have some awesome products from Canton Racing coming in for the car. So we're going to be doing a AccuSump, oil cooler, and oil catch tank install. And I'm going to be doing a video on all that stuff for you guys. So you'll see how to properly install an AccuSump oil cooler on a JZ engine. But for now, that's going to be it for this one. So like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and follow the build along. And I will catch you guys later.